Welcome back to The Base is Loaded. I'm Lucas, this is Ocarina of Time, and I'm starting from the title screen because why not? Well, that was a bad idea. Alright, time saver. I forgot it would do that. Shortcut. The joys of emulation. Rolling around at the speed of the owl. Why, it's the annoying owl who never shuts his face. I think this is probably the worst part of the game. But you know what? And this is why. Because he trolls you. Almost every other prompt, yes is at the top and no is at the bottom. And maybe they did that because they're like, oh, there's so much text, people might accidentally scroll through all of it and then not read it. But they could have done something different there. And that, I don't give them a pass on for, oh, it's the first 3D Zelda. There's a lot of stuff I give them a pass on. Because, oh, it's the first 3D. You know. The 64 was a fairly new console and stuff like that. But, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff where it's like, hey, what's this big thing? Let me go see. I've heard people complain about the combat in this game. It's not a problem. Z-targeting is very useful, especially in a 3D environment. And do things come up behind you and you don't see them? Yeah, guess what? That's reality. You don't have eyes in the back of your head. Speedrunning strats, right? What is this icon? I do not know that icon. Is it telling me that I'm recording myself? Well, it's not from the emulation. I don't know what that is. I mean, in a way, it kinda is. Hey, it's the money store. Does he say something amusing? Well, he tells you can break jars. Yeah, so AB lets you skip all the dialogue, which is kinda nice. So he's kind of, I don't know. An odd fellow. Oh yeah, this was a good place to go. See, I knew I had a reason for coming in here. I remember stuff even when I don't remember it. Okay. Well, got some more money that way. So you can slice and dice. Oh, you can do that out here too. Didn't realize that. Oh, he tells you to get to the castle and all that stuff. Yes, he can. You like your Richard, don't you? Think I need to talk to you just so that I know you. You're not from around here, are you? You're one of those fairies, aren't you? Why, you got a problem with fairies? Well, I'll deal with that later. Oh boy, it's the annoying owl again. Not letting you get past him. Oh no. Yes, the princess is inside the castle just ahead. Yes, I will be careful. Oh. See, they changed the question, and they changed the prompts, but not essentially the result. Or did they? Well, yeah, that's... why? Why would you do that? Yeah, I remember playing this when I was 14. I mean, it was not a new game at that point. but just having fun with kind of screwing around. Ah, dead end. How useless. Of course, once you can blow stuff up, it's not so dead anymore, is it? These guards must be pretty much deaf. You make as much noise as you want. They also probably can't see very well, because, I mean, they should be able to see you from over here, but they don't. Anything for me, tree? Nope. Those flowers don't exist. Up the wall. Oh, come on. Don't have it get too late. Oh, shoot, but the guy's gonna be in the way anyway. I'm gonna need to get the chicken to wake him up, because his fat, lazy butt is in the way. Well, yeah, that's a fake door. I forgot about him. The fastest way out, though... Oh well. How far are you going to throw me? Because there's a Skulltula somewhere. Maybe you're here? Yes, you are. There might be more than one, but... Hey, come on. Come on. Don't hurt me. I'm hurting you. Alright, catch your breath, Link. There she is. Yes, I am going to the castle. Stop calling me Fairy Boy. Yes, he did. Yeah, well, I could have used that earlier. Oh! Hey, perfect. I thought I was going to have to wait for it. Have a chicken on your head. Alright. No, a person can't get a little shut-eye around here. And get out of here, you hairy-armed man. You have more hair on your arms than I do. Yes, you did. You left your child alone in the town. Alright. Get to see through the ground. I blame that on emulation. I think the first time I did this puzzle, I messed it up somehow. Not that it's much of a puzzle. Shut up, Navi. I'm doing it. People complain about this stuff, too. I think one of the issues when trying to debate the quality or goodness of this game is that some people say that you cannot forgive any of the design flaws or anything in this game just because it was you know, the first 3D Zelda and they were still figuring some stuff out, whereas other people go, now you gotta cut them some slack, and suddenly it's back to daylight. This part was always fun to kind of goof around, especially... Whoop! Especially if the camera gets kind of stuck, which I think is what happens when it's nighttime. I forget now, because Link does get a little bit unwieldy. Yeah, see, when it's nighttime, It's just like, why? And that is one dumb thing. Like, it just, okay, what do we do now? I didn't go to a Kakariko graveyard to learn the Song of Storms yet. Or not the Song of Storms, the Song of the Sun yet. I don't even know if I could have done that yet, I forget. It's like, they don't see this kid running around right here? But they just stick you back out the pipe. There we go. Now we know it's daytime. Damn it, Link. But, I've not played much of Link to the Past, which usually seems to be the one that has its rivalry with this game. I mean, that game kind of gets treated like there's nothing that needs to be forgiven. Careful there, Link, my boy. No rolling around in this speed of sound. Oh, you're coming up that way. All right, then. You know what? When I arrived, I think it was, like, kind of changing between day and night. So they were in the night positions, but the camera was not fixed. If I wiggle waggle, he can go a little faster, I guess. See, the problem with going over the top is you're more likely to just kind of... Oh, maybe it's just this controller doesn't want to go fast in the up position. Or on that diagonal. I don't know. You don't want to forgive any flaws in this game. Like, well, it doesn't matter. It's the first one, you know. It's Nintendo. They know what they're doing. They have other games under their belt anyway. Well, okay. Link to the Past. It's the second top-down Zelda game. The third Zelda game overall. Although, actually, I forget. Had they done Game Boy ones that were different as well? Like, that might have been... even more games that they had done too. So, in that case, like, they really should have had it pretty well done. Okay, there's a bit of the graphics that didn't age well. That statue there is just kind of hanging out. Although, it could also be an issue with the emulation, you know. But... your time has come, little girl. Oh yeah, let's look in the windows, right? You have Mario, Bowser, Luigi, and nothing but a plant. Oh. And Peach and Yoshi. I forget if there were other ones that might have been out of frame. I didn't think of a good voice for her in time. I won't bother with voice acting in this game. Except for Navi, you know, on occasion. Or maybe I'll just add it later. Besides, this game is so well known. Phantasy Star 4, not so well known. You know the story of this game. But, I've not done much with Link to the Past. I'm gonna have to play through it later, which I will. But I mean, right off the top of my head, one of the issues is that there's a bunch of buttons on that controller, and there's at least one that doesn't get used, if not two. You can only equip one alternate item. Why? That doesn't make any sense. And I think it takes them until A Link Between Worlds to go, oh, I guess you could have another item equipped. Sure, why not? That's just... Really? Nobody went, oh, gee, you got another button. Let's go ahead and do this. Does that add to the challenge? Does that... No, not really. It just means you have to bring up the menu, switch the item, do this, just like in the first game. On the first game, you didn't really have much of a choice because it was the NES. You didn't have any more buttons. Super Nintendo, you had more buttons. So... that's kind of the situation. Then, of course, there's when people complain about the series getting formulaic. Well, you can't complain about formula in the one that kind of set the tone of that. And, I mean, to a degree, okay, some of that was even stemming from... Link to the Past, right? Because it had the kind of introductory dungeons, and then the sages or whatever they are. Oh, I'm gonna get the Ocarina of Time. Cool beans. Did you understand well? Yup. Sure. The Dark Clouds? Hold on, girl. You're talking about a different game there. Sure. I'll be a peeping Tom. Why not? Link with a hairstyle that was popular back in those days. Man with the evil eyes? Oh, you mean not the guard. Okay. Yeah, because her father's old and stupid. Which I think is a theme in a lot of the games. The King of Hyrule's just old and farty. Although I think in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Toaster, they really do kind of flip a lot of stuff around and kind of change a lot of stuff up, which is pretty cool. But one of the things when I hear people complain about the series overall, I feel like I almost hear contradictory complaints. People complain that, oh, there's too much stuff that stays the same. Something changes, they're like, well, this doesn't feel like Zelda. I mean, that happens less often, but the stuff they do change, up until the most recent game, which I have not played yet, because I don't have a Wii U or a Switch, and I'm just going to get the Switch eventually. I'm not going to bother with the Wii U. People don't seem to have really been enthused by the new different things until Breath of the Wild. But even still, I've heard people complain about this game. They're like, oh, they changed it. It's not a Zelda game anymore. It's something else. Like, well, come on, make up your mind. And it seems to be a trait of human nature, honestly, because that happens a lot with music. A band releases an album and they try to do something new and innovative. They changed too much. They sold out. They're not being true to their roots. Band makes something with their music that they even say, we decided we want to go back to our roots a little bit with this. We're kind of, revisiting some of our older sounds. They're just doing their old stuff all over again. There's nothing new here. It's like people just like to complain. I'm not a huge Metallica fan anymore. I used to be for a while, middle school, into high school, but I still like some of their stuff. When they released Load, even apparently for some people when they released the Black Album, people got upset and they're like, they sold out. It's not Metallica anymore. Like, really? I can recognize that this is clearly the same band. If you compare it to, say, like, their first album, it might be a little surprising, but if you listen to it in sequence, like, no, this is the same band. Then you go a few albums later, and they do some stuff that's kind of a little bit more like their earlier stuff. And people complain that, they're just trying to get the old fans back by doing it. It's like, well, didn't you just complain that they sounded too different? And now, make up your mind. What do you want from them? And there's nothing wrong with changing styles along the way. You try something new, you bring back some of the old stuff, you mix it together. I've heard people say that also about the band Mastodon, who I really am into, and I've referenced their music a couple of times along the way. Only 5 Skulltulas. I'd like to get some more before I go to the Skull House. People do tend to like the familiar. This also could be two different groups of people. Making these complaints. You've got the old fans who, when they hear a new sound, get upset by it. Then you have the new fans who, when they hear the old sound coming back, get upset by that. That was an interesting graphical glitch. So, don't mind me, I'm just gonna steal your stuff. There we go. Your face looks funny. Yeah. Are you gonna teach me the song? Just have to keep talking you. Oh. There we are. That's one thing I don't like when any kind of RPG or whatever does it. You have to talk to somebody twice in a row to get them to do something. It's like, just spit it out the first time. Like, if you talk to somebody and they say something, and then you talk to another person, and they say a thing, you're like, wait a minute, didn't somebody say something about this? And then you go back to somebody else. Okay, that seems reasonable enough to me, because that could be kind of a natural occurrence. But when you talk to somebody and you're like, okay, well, that was interesting. And now the horse will not leave me alone. And I can see into its body. Oh, the horrors. Well, now it's leaving me. Alright. Where else do I need to go? Of course, they only come out at night, so, get your Edgar Winter album now. Got anything up your tree? Yes! Whatever you say, Luigi. You can't throw it over the table, Link? Come on. You're the freaking hero of time. There. Yeah, and he only gives you 30 seconds. Come on. All right. All right, dude, give it to me. Link's all business. Besides, he likes the boys. You saw how he reacted to Saria, didn't you? And that's our first bottle. Yep, memory did serve me. Link, you're getting over-eager there. That was a cool trick. If you're frozen while getting a thing, the enemies will go through you. I think there might be one in this place. Or there's a piece of heart, or maybe both. Oh man, difficult sliding block puzzle. Oh, I thought it was in the middle. It's not. Huh. Can you? Yep, you can squeeze down there. There we are. Still, not too hard. And there we go. More heart pizza. I think I've seen that done somewhere. Or somebody ordered a pizza in the shape of a heart so then they could say, look, I got a pizza heart. Well, I think we'll leave Crackio Village for the next video. So I'm Lucas, this is The Base is Loaded. This is The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. And I'll see you next time.